You say all the right things when I'm hurting. You always pick me up when I am down. It's like you have a spark that leaves me burning. Yeah, you just have your ways to get me high. You make all my dreams come true.
Are you guys ready? I am so ready to finally share with you guys the entire kitchen transformation. If you guys have been with my channel for a while, you would have seen this demolition portion of taking some of the cabinets out, ripping out the ceiling, putting in new floors, putting in the new cabinets. But this is when we finally get our counters and backsplash and decorating, and the whole thing gets pulled together. I've been waiting to share this with you guys for so long, and I am so excited that it is finally complete. I absolutely love the way everything turns out, and I hope you guys enjoy it as well. I'm just starting here by showing our counters going in. I asked the guys that are installing it if they were okay if I filmed them installing everything, and they said yes, so I was super excited that I got to share those going in as well.
Kiss me in a way that gets me high. You make all my dreams come true. It feels right just being around you. We could break up and then make up. I always come back to you. You move me in a way never thought anyone could. You get me high. You're my drug when I am feeling blue. Yeah, it's all you. 'Cause you're the one. Yeah, the one. Yeah, you're the one. Yeah, the one. Yeah, you're the one, babe. Yeah, you.
All right, so I figured I'd do a quick overview on the kitchen now that the counters are in. It's the next day. Oh, that's actually a pretty good shot of the counters. You can see all the veining and everything in it. I am obsessed. It looks so good now that the counters are in. Bobby also last night put in the new dishwasher. We wanted something without the buttons on the front, so they're all on the top, but also it's just cleaner, nicer. That one just was not in good shape. He put the faucet back in. I'm in love with now that the sink is in correctly. We had it overmounted the plywood, but that was just temporary. But the huge undermount sink with the black faucet, it looks so good. I was just cleaning up this morning dishes from last night, but my plan today is to work on this backsplash. So I brought in one of the many boxes of backsplash so I can start cutting them, but oh, that's actually, let me get a couple, 1 second. All right, I pulled 2 out, that way you can get a little bit better idea of what it's gonna look like, but it is really, really pretty. So I think once that's all up, it's gonna go here, all the way up, then we'll put in a hood vent, all the way around the window, and to there. And we decided to go all the way to the ceiling because there's honestly not that much space it has to fill up. So I feel like this is gonna be a huge statement piece. So I'm excited to get started working on that. So I have to say, when I first started putting up this tile, I was like, did I make the wrong choice? Is this going to be too loud and too, like, stand out too much? But once again, I'm glad I just kept going and went with it, because in the end, I think it was perfect. Like, it was that perfect amount of pizzazz. And it was kind of hard to see because when you're first getting up, all the lines are very harsh and in your face. But later you'll see once I grout it that it all just kind of blends together nicely, as well as just shows the actual beauty of the tile. This is definitely an area that we splurged a little bit when it came to cost. But I think it was well worth it. Now, this is my 4th kitchen that I've done the tile work in it. So this time around, I definitely have gotten much better. I have better tools now. This wet saw makes all the difference in the world. But honestly, just everything came together so perfectly.
I was looking like a fool when I met ya, all covered up in the dirt from my past. So insecure about myself when I met ya.
These little outlets are definitely the more tricky portion. I definitely made a couple cuts that weren't just right, but once I got going, they looked so much better. Some of these turned out really good. And now I wasn't always perfectly precise because I knew there'd be an outlet cover over it. And now those are very forgiving, which help a lot. So as you can see, I just cut out the pieces that were around the outlet. That way I could still put the main sheet up and then go in and just do these couple minor cuts along it. This is a glass tile. I believe it's called Pearlza or something like that. I got it from Floor and Decor. Like I said, it wasn't the cheapest of options, but I think this was the one area to splurge on to really make the kitchen pop. Was really worth it. I'm usually very like cost conscious, but I kept telling myself, like, I wanted to make this, like, this is our first opportunity to make a house like what we really want. So yes, I wanted to have a budget and be smart about it, but at the same time, I knew in certain areas that it's worth spending a little bit of money so that I'm happy for the long run and not for just the short term.
Fool for you. That's something that you do to me is chemical. I know it isn't logical. Something that you do to me. I'm the one with a broken heart, waiting for you to come out and save me.
And yes, everything is still very neutral. I did that on purpose. I am someone that my style changes on a regular basis. So I wanted this kitchen to be beautiful, but I wanted to be able to change it up with design changes and style changes. So these more neutral backsplash and cabinets and floors and everything allow me to have fun with decor and change it whenever I feel. Plus, you guys know I love decorating for the seasons and the holidays. So this makes it that come Christmas, my decorations will blend in beautifully. Come fall, it'll work really well as well. So I don't ever need to worry about something clashing, where if I would have went with a bolder color, let's say for the backsplash, I could have been worrying about it clashing down the road. This, I feel like, is a very classic, beautiful tile that will also, if we ever sell in the future, like I said, I never say never because you never know. I think a lot of people will be drawn to this, and it won't be like one of those things where people are like, what are they thinking? And I always think about that in design too, is resale value, because I will never call any home our forever home because I don't know what the future holds for us. So always keeping those things in mind as I go. But this actually ended up being a 2-day project. I got most of it done this first day, but I got to the portion of to the left of the window and above the window, and I started making stupid mistakes with cuts, and that's when I was like, I just need to stop and pick this up in the morning. So 90% of it got done on this day, and the rest I finished in the morning.
I've been fighting everything you'll be, 'cause everything you'll be is changing me, and I can't seem to get you out of my head, out of my head. I got time for you, I got time.
So let me know in the comments before if you guys have ever tiled anything, or if it's something that is very intimidating to you. I used to be very, very intimidating from tiling, but in our very, very first house, I did the backsplash in our kitchen. I actually did it right before we sold it, just trying to give some minor updates to the house because it was an older home as well, and we hadn't really done anything major in that house. We were in I was in my young 20s. As you guys know, Bobby is 8 years older than me, so he was like upper 20s. So I didn't have a ton of experience with this type of stuff, but I did a couple little things in that house and learned a little bit. And then when we bought our next house, I did little projects in there. And then finally with this house, like, I have learned so much. I've even told Bobby, like, in the future, because we have said we would move if we found the perfect house that was like on the Halifax River. Currently, we're across the street from it with no river views. That probably won't happen for a long time. But if we found the perfect house, I would consider moving to have river views. Oh, also, if you're wondering why the color of this one is different, I had run out and had to go buy some more. And they didn't have the same brand. So a little bit different, does the same job. But like I was saying, I feel like in our next house, like, if it's the perfect layout, perfect location, but it's a fixer-upper, I am so much more comfortable with the idea of us renovating a house again. Like, this has been so much fun. Don't get me wrong, it's stressful. It is beyond stressful and tiring. Like, that definitely is something. But it's also been a lot of fun, and every time we get done with a project, it's like, oh, what's our favorite part? It's hard to say. Like, every time we get done with a room, I'm like, this is my favorite room. This was my favorite project, because everything has been so custom, so personalized, and we've done it all together as a family. We've brought in a couple trades, but for the most part, it's been Bobby and I and the kids helping out, and it's just been a lot of fun to really make this home, this house our home. I'm trying to figure out how to word that correctly.
All that time away from you, I didn't think I'd make it without you by my side. Let me feel your love again. Just the two of us, and we could stay up all night, kissing under streetlights, doing what we want to, doing what we need to do, staying up all night, everything is alright. Oh, I wanna be with you, oh, I wanna be with you. Let me be the
Here you can definitely see it had gotten dark out. I think it was about 11 o'clock at night at this point. So that's why I was getting tired. Mainly, like, you would think this would go pretty quick with being sheets, but those cuts and everything are so tedious, and you really want to get them right. That is why it takes so much more time. Plus, I still have 3 kids, so I had to take the boys to school, get them from school, take care of Freya. Yes, Bobby is around, but Bobby's always doing projects also. He has actually been doing a ton in the garage. He got his ceiling fan up, which he really wanted, hanging all of his artwork and posters and man caving it up. So we have definitely been super crazy busy. Plus, we had Halloween, which was so much fun. We did trunk or treat down here because we were told in our neighborhood they don't do a ton of trick-or-treating, which we learned because the way we decorate, that even though they don't do a lot of trick-or-treating, we still got a lot of trick-or-treaters until about 10 o'clock at night. So next year, we will definitely be more prepared. I felt bad because when we got back from trunk or treat, we started realizing trick-or-treaters were coming, and we were told we didn't get them, so we didn't buy candy. So we ended up stealing some of Freya's candy and buying her new stuff because we figured the baby isn't really going to notice some candy missing. But next year, I will definitely be more prepared for the trick-or-treaters.
Never up, never down, never. Like a theme in a song, clever. Feeling high, feeling low at the same time. Feels so right, then I'm wrong, hoping I'll be fine. But I get up, I always do. I never think, I always do. Never thought I wouldn't jump, oh what a fool. But if I fall, I will get up again. I will get up again.
Here you can really see all those lines I was talking about, and why I was a little hesitant, like, oh, is this too busy? But my mom was very gracious and came over and helped me grout. Honestly, grouting takes so much more time than laying the tile. And it is an arm workout. Like, it is intense. So I was very, very appreciative that my mom came over the next day. Actually, I think it was 2 days later. We really wanted to make sure that the mortar had settled in. I am in the same clothes because I wasn't going to get more than one outfit ruined. I'm pretty good with paint, but when it comes to grout and mortaring, that gets messy. Now, big thing when it comes to grout is the cleaning process. That is always going to be the biggest thing. So putting it on, it's a fairly simple. You really want to make sure you go from all angles, get in all the cracks really, really well. But then about 30 minutes after, you want to do a really good wash down of the tile. And I mean really good. Like, make sure you get all the like chunks off. There will still be a haze on it. And I'm not talking about the haze. I'm talking about the full-on grout that you want to get off. And then about every 30 minutes to an hour, you want to come back and wash it again. I washed these tiles about 5 times to finally get the shine back. But you do have to be careful because if you overwash it, then you start pulling grout out of the lines. So this is definitely a longer process and a more tricky process. But like I said, I was very grateful. Mom came over, so we were able to do this in half the time that it would have taken me to do it by myself. So the other thing my mom and I did on this day, so after we did the first wash of it, her and I went to Hobby Lobby, and did some shopping for the decor in this room. And that was just really nice. It's always really nice just to go shopping with your mom, especially since then I teased Dad and Marco Polo'd him as like, hey, Dad, we're going to Hobby Lobby to spend all your money. Not that I was spending my parents' money, but that my mom always buys stuff when we go shopping together, especially at Hobby Lobby. However, I will say, since moving down here, like, we've been decluttering our holiday decor as the holidays come, because it's a new house. Some of the stuff that we used in the old house just doesn't work in this house, and they have gotten a ton of holiday goodies from us because we always offer it to them before donating it. And here you can see Bobby putting up the hood vent. Okay, so this hood vent, this was supposed to be here on Saturday, this past Saturday, and it ended up not coming till Monday. I was so sad because Sunday was our Sunday to host for the family, and I was really hoping this kitchen was completely done for my mom and my aunt and uncle, everyone to see, and we didn't get it till Monday, so I was really bummed. But we did get it, and it is absolutely beautiful. I am so glad we went with the hood vent over the microwave and cabinet idea. I absolutely love the way it looks. We also had to buy a new microwave. My precious boy, Xander, burnt noodles in the microwave the other day, and it has been, I think now 2 weeks, and the microwave still stinks. So Bobby and I just bought a new microwave, and hopefully that'll be coming in about a week, because every time we open the microwave, it smells like burnt plastic / pasta. All right, so the hood vent is up. Now I just need to go around and quickly just give everything a quick wipe down, and then I can decorate it. But I want to give you a little bit close up of the hood vent. This one's really cool because it is motion activated, but obviously you also have the buttons, and then the backsplash. I wish you guys could see it in person because it honestly is just so much prettier in person. I'm really glad we went all the way up around there, and then all the way up, and then we did frame out the window, which I'm also really glad we did. Originally I was just gonna go in with a tile, but I feel like it makes it more of a focal point by framing it out. So we're going to quickly clean stuff off and then add the jewelry to it all, which for me is decorating. Now, when it comes to my kitchen, I try to decorate more practically. Obviously, there's just some pretty stuff, but I try and decorate with things that I use on a regular basis, and then I like to decorate in vignette style. That way it doesn't look cluttered. So over here, I'm using my cutting board on the backsplash, a little riser to hold a utensil holder, my vegetable oil, as well as salt and pepper. And then the greenery is there just to add some color. But you're going to notice that I do that throughout the kitchen. I work in vignettes. Trays are always your friend. They help to bring things together and make them more cohesive. In this corner, I just did my other small cutting board. I use that small cutting board every single day. I have my little dessert tray. I found this muddler at Home Goods. It is awesome. And then it's very trendy right now to put small lamps on your counter, which I'm actually obsessed with. Like having that just nice little glow at night in the kitchen without all the lights on, I really, really like. However, I do think I'm going to spray the inside of it matte black. I thought I had spray paint. I didn't, so I still have to go out and buy that. Now, I'm going to give myself up here. These are not real pastries, but they look real. I bought these because I want to be able to have something pretty in there when I don't have fresh baked goods, because I just don't have fresh baked goods every single day. So it is what it is, but they are very, very pretty. I found them on Amazon, and I will try to remember to link them in my store. You'll also notice that I'm trying to bring in a lot of contrasting to the white. So black and wood, things like that to bring more character into the room. I also love just those natural decor pieces. I love bringing in wood and black. I just feel like it's a pretty neutral without being overly white. But we're going to do a couple more finishing touches here, and then I'm going to show you all the befores and afters. If you guys are new here and you haven't been watching this whole transformation, definitely hit my face and go to my channel. You can see all the renovations on my channel of what we've done to this house. We have literally touched pretty much every room from top to bottom. Well, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, I would love if you would give this video a thumbs up and share it with a friend. Those are two things that would really, really help out my channel. Also, if you're new here, I would love if you would subscribe. Next week is Christmas. Okay, it's not really Christmas, but I'm decorating for Christmas, so you don't want to miss that. But I will see you guys next time. Bye.